Hey there, and welcome to our channel. If you're new here, we're happy to have you. Mr. Lister is here to help you buy or sell your home affordably without a traditional agent. To learn more, subscribe and check out our website. We are also on TikTok and Instagram at Mr. Lister Realty. In this video, we are going to walk you through how to create a listing in your account. If you haven't checked out our video on selecting your packages and add-ons, we highly recommend you do that first. The link is in the description if you need it. If you've already selected the package and any add-on services you might need, you're ready to get started. Let's get to it. Listing your house online is super quick and easy. You will have 12 pages of questions to answer, followed by a payment page. Sounds like a lot, but it goes by fast. Simply log into your account and use the List My Property drop-down and select List My Home for Sale. Then you will just work your way through the questions, answering them the best you can. Before we get too far in, please note that you will be able to go back and continue working on your listing at any time, and the listing will auto-save. Let's say you only got through the first page and life happened and you have to come back to finish later. Just log back in when you are ready. This should bring you to a list of all your properties. Just click Manage next to your property and use the Next button at the bottom to get to where you left off. Alternatively, you can click My Properties, found under the My Account and Properties, on the blue bar at the very top of the website. Please note that any of the fields marked with an asterisk are required, and you will not be able to move on to the next page without providing the information. Continue working your way through the questions, answering them to the best of your ability. We will vet everything and will reach out to you if we have any questions or need any clarification. The front foot fee on page 2 sometimes creates a bit of confusion. This is often referred to as a deferred water and sewer bill. You will know if you have this if you pay a separate bill, typically every 6 to 12 months. What is it? It's a payment to cover the cost of installing and running the water and sewer lines to the house when it was first built. Instead of adding the cost to the sale of the home, the builder will take a series of smaller payments over a couple of decades. So in some ways, it's like a small mortgage payment to pay to have running water and plumbing in your house. The front foot fee just makes it more affordable than having to pay for it up front. It's been our experience that most houses no longer have them, but newer builds just might. Once you have filled in everything, hit the Next button. Note here that you can always use the previous button if you need to go back and change something later. Next, we are on to the meat and potatoes of the listing. How much are you going to sell your house for? Make sure you fill in the list price in words, but when you are entering the numerals, do not put a comma in. For the commission, in order to be active on the MLS, you must offer a commission to the buyer's agent, assuming they are using one. The amount is up to you, but we highly recommend offering between 2 and 3%, which is pretty standard. Unfortunately, we see agents who will not show a house when they don't feel like they are going to get a fair compensation for the work they will be doing. The next set of questions is pretty straightforward. Is the house brand new? Does it have a basement, an attic, etc.? Continue on and answer each question and click Next at the end of each page. Now we are going to enter some personal information about ourselves, as well as the property description. Fill in your name, number, and if you have someone else on the deed with you, their name as well. Speaking of, if there is more than one person on the deed, everyone will need to sign the disclosures when we get to that step. For now, though, let's finish up the listing information. Now comes the creative part of the process, writing your property remarks. If you are doing a full-service listing, feel free to just write TBD and we will assist you with the wording. For everyone else, this space is intended to describe your property to potential buyers. Think of it as your house's dating app bio. The MLS will not allow us to include contact information, websites, access details, open house info. That goes in a separate section. Any details about commissions, bonuses being offered, and you may only describe something as being new if it is less than a year old. So if you replaced the roof 3 years ago, it is either a newer roof or the roof was replaced recently. Again, the information here is used to describe the house itself. Things like open floor plan, spacious bedrooms, large fenced backyard. You want to put your best foot forward while still being honest. Remember, they are going to be looking at the pictures and hopefully the house too. Make it sound enticing while still being truthful. If you haven't done updates in the kitchen since 1986, don't say you have a modern kitchen. Focus on its selling points, like maybe it has a lot of storage or is open to the living room. After all, if someone says they are 6 foot tall and buff in their dating bio, and someone shows up for a date and discovers they are really 5'6" and haven't been to the gym in a decade, there's going to be some disappointment and feelings of betrayal. Make sure your description fits the house so it will attract the right type of buyers. Okay, so we've got our listing description done, and we are almost at the finish line. Hasn't been too bad, right? Now we are going to decide on how we are going to set up showings to get agents and buyers in the door. If you remember from our earlier video, the one we mentioned at the beginning of this one, we highly recommend you use the showing time service. It will be available to choose when you get to the payment screen. This service will put an actual scheduling link on your listing so that an agent can just click and schedule, which they are all pretty much conditioned to do. It is also beneficial to you because they can schedule any time and you won't have to feel like you have to be available 24/7 so you don't miss an opportunity. You will also be able to use the included app and website to keep track of all the appointments, as well as view any feedback agents provide. However, you are certainly welcome to handle the scheduling yourself. Showing time is available to you at any time should you ever need to use it. We are going to click Service if you are using showing time, or whichever option fits your situation. Fill in the name and number for the person who will be the point of contact for the listing. Okay, let's finish up here. Last few questions. If you are selling your property as a foreclosure or short sale, please give us a call and let us make sure you have all your ducks in a row. These sales take a little more finesse and know-how than standard sales. Unless you have a lot of experience handling these sales, you are probably going to want to do a full service listing. For our purposes today, we are going to say no to all of these since we are showing you how to do a standard sale. We have come to the add-ons and service options. Hopefully you have given these some consideration and know which ones you would like to use, if any. In our experience, we know that showing time and professional photos are worth every penny. We already discussed how important and useful showing time is. Now let's go back to our dating app analogy real quick. Just like we want our listing description to fit the house, we want the photos to pull potential buyers in and make them want to date your house. You are welcome to take your own selfies, but we find that professional photos help to get more showings and therefore a faster sale. Take a few moments to go through the list and select any options you would like to use. Remember, they are available in your account at any time if you want to go back and add something later. This is it, last page. We know it's the least exciting page, but you're one step closer to having your house on the market. All you need to do is fill in your billing address, the one that is connected to your credit card, and your credit card info. If you are part of our weekly email community, you have a coupon code to fill in. If you aren't, make sure you go to the main page of our website and sign up. We provide you with valuable information each week, as well as a chance to win a gift card. You can use the previous button to scroll back to the start and double-check your work. When you are satisfied with everything, enter your payment information and hit Submit. Step 1 is done. Now let's go through and sign your disclosures and upload your photos. The bulk of the work is done. You have now provided us with the information we will need to create your listing. Generally, the first part can be done in under 10 minutes. If you are following along with this video, it took a little longer because I do have the gift of gab. Sorry about that. We just want to make sure we are explaining everything as we go so you're confident in your choices. The next section we are going to work on is signing your disclosures. This is a set of legal documents that we will put on your listing so buyer agents can access them and add them in the offer they bring to you. It also contains the listing agreement, which authorizes us to put your listing on the MLS. If you need to come back to your listing later to sign your documents, simply go back into your account and click the Documents button. Remember, everyone on the deed will need to sign, and with this section, it will not autosave and will need to be done in one sitting. Read over the MLS rules and regulations as it spells out timeframes and your responsibilities. The most important document you're going to sign is the Residential Property Disclosure Disclaimer. If you know of any latent defects, you are legally obligated to make the buyer aware of them. For instance, if the roof leaks or the basement floods anytime there is a heavy rain, A potential buyer won't know that just by walking through the property on a sunny day. You can state this one of two ways. First, you can disclose and fill out information about the property. If you go this route, be very careful to answer everything correctly, as this document is legally binding. Alternatively, you can choose to disclaim and list the problems that you are aware of. If you choose to disclaim and you don't have any latent defects, when you get to page 6 and it asks if the owner has knowledge of the following latent defects, do not fill in anything in that box, not even the word none. Once you have filled in everything, type your initials and use your mouse to sign your name in the box. As soon as you hit completed, your documents will be available in your account, and we will add them to your listing for your convenience. Now we are going to add your photos to your account. If you ordered professional photos, they will send us a link to use. If you took your own, you are going to upload them. Again, go into your account, but this time click the photo button instead of manage. It will show you how many photo slots you have available and remind you that they must be in JPEG form and no larger than 8 megabytes each. Prior to loading them, please make sure that each picture is numbered and labeled so we know the order and description. For example, we like to start at the front of the house and make it look like the buyer is walking through the property. So the first picture might be labeled 1-exterior, then 2-entry, then 3-living room, and so on. You can either drag and drop or select the files from your computer. You will not be able to remove any photos once you add them, so please make sure you have them the way you want before adding them to your account. If you want to make changes later, the Add Replace Photos option is available in the add-on services. Congratulations! You have now submitted everything we need to create your listing in the MLS. We will reach out to you if we have any questions, and your listing will be up on the MLS within 24 hours. Be sure to download a copy of your documents for your records, including the email of the receipt if you will be needing it for tax purposes. And that's it! We will get your listing ready and email you a summary sheet when the listing is active. Monitor your email as we will be sending you updates and the next steps along the way. Welcome to the new age of selling real estate. We are glad to have you and look forward to working with you. Thanks for watching and learning more about our website. Don't forget to subscribe and check it out in the description. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram at Mr. Lister Realty. See you next time.